Let's dive into the biggest mistake creatives like photographers and videographers and producers make when it comes to trying to market and trying to build their business. Are you tired of the endless stream of fantasy marketing and vanity metrics? Yeah, so am I. My name is James Patrick, and I'm an internationally published photographer, media specialist, and marketing strategist. As a creative entrepreneur, I face the same exact frustrations you have, being bombarded by generic advice that promises success but never lives up to the hype. We need to move beyond the posturing, beyond the facade, beyond the image to navigate the unique challenges we face as creatives. Together, we're going to dive into real stories, real strategies, and the real work that can lead to the real results. This is the Beyond the Image podcast. What is going on? And thank you so much for tuning into this or latest episode of the Beyond the Image podcast. I'm honored that you could take some time to get some information and get a little inspiration to help you in your creative entrepreneurial journey. Speaking of getting information, in a little over a week on May 22nd here at the Hive Studios in Phoenix, Arizona, we're hosting a photo business marketing roundtable. And what this is bringing together different creatives, whether you're a photographer, videographer, producer, etc., to sit around and to share best practices, tips, and recommendations when it comes to marketing, to branding, to business development, to client relationships, so that not only can we learn how to better our businesses and develop more leads for our respective companies, but we do so in a creative, collaborative community so that we don't just walk away with strategies, we walk away with connections. The information on how to register is over at hivestudiosaz.com/workshops. So you can reserve your seats. That's hivestudiosaz.com/workshops. Just click on the photo workshop button once you are there and you can get your seat. All right. So, biggest mistake I see creatives making when it comes to their marketing and business development. And this is not necessarily a new phenomenon. This is something that I've seen for the entire gamut of my 20 plus year career. And that is relying on reactive marketing versus proactive marketing techniques. So, what is reactive marketing? Reactive marketing is responding only when something transpires or something happens. So, for example, your website, for the most part, is a reactive marketing tool. You spend a lot of time building it, so there's some work that you have to put into it, some upfront work, but you only engage with prospects once they fill out your contact form or send you an email or click the chat button on your website. So you have to wait. It is basically a net. You have to wait for someone to engage with you. Most social media, so when we think about content marketing on social media and posting content on your Instagram or TikTok or what have you, most of that is reactive marketing. We're putting out content after content after content, waiting for people to see it and then waiting for them to engage. And we do not respond or we do not communicate until they've initiated the contact. So that's reactive marketing. Okay. If the entirety of your business is reactive marketing, it is going to be incredibly difficult to build a sustainable business. Word of mouth marketing, unless you are doing something to amplify it or create incentives for it, it is reactive marketing. You are waiting for someone to give you a referral. Okay. It is incredibly difficult to build any sort of business or any sort of scale if you are relying not just entirely, but even if you're relying predominantly on reactive marketing strategies. And unfortunately, what I see, and I understand this is completely anecdotal, but what I see is most photographers who are complaining about the lack of growth within their business are relying on reactive marketing techniques. I literally had a conversation with a photographer last week and I asked, outside of word of mouth, because that was almost the entirety of their lead generation. Outside of word of mouth, what are you doing to market your services to new or prospective clients? And their answer was nothing. Nothing. So it was not surprising why they were struggling to generate new leads for their business. And I don't get mad at that person. We were not taught to be proactive in our marketing efforts. We were taught that if we just did good work, so have a good portfolio, that was all we needed to do. Just work hard, do good work, and the reward will come. And so many of us are doing good work. We're taking good photos. We're building a really good looking portfolio. And then we are confused and dismayed when people aren't reaching out to us. When we post content, we are perplexed why people are not engaging and responding to it. And the reason is we are not doing enough to proactively market ourselves. So what is proactive marketing versus reactive marketing? Proactive marketing is you are actually proactively starting the conversation with a lead or with a prospective client in the hopes of landing business. You are proactively reaching out to them. You are not waiting for them to contact you. We just had a several hundred mailers made because we are proactively going to be reaching out to several hundred prospective clients. When we do email campaigns, that is proactive marketing. Yes, we post on social media, but when we set up actual funnels on social media to bring people into conversations, that's more proactive. Okay. When we are directly reaching out to prospective clients, either on the phone or through email or ostensibly by knocking on their door or calling them up, that is proactive marketing. And the fear we have as creatives with proactive marketing is I don't want to come across too pushy. I don't want to come across too salesy. I don't want to come across too overbearing. And I understand that. But with that, I do believe, and I won't just say believe, I know there's a way to do these things that's authentic to you, to your approach, to your methodology, that will not be salesy, that will not be too pushy, that will be focused more on building and maintaining authentic relationships. But you cannot have a sustainable business in this industry if you're relying predominantly on reactive marketing strategies. If the majority of your time is spent just creating content and waiting for people to find you, throwing up a website or a blog or a podcast, and never actually engineering ways that you are either incentivizing the audience to contact you, one, or two, finding ways that you can contact them before they contact you, which is actual proactive, then you are going to continue to struggle in your marketing and business development. So, what are ways, and this is your homework, what are ways that you can find the clients that you want to work with, have a system where you are in an organized way reaching out and connecting with those prospective clients, and then starting conversations which could then lead to business sales. In the last couple weeks alone, I've been reaching out to past clients of mine. These are past clients from 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I'm not reaching out to say, hey, can you hire me again? I'm reaching out to just reintroduce myself, develop rapport, have a conversation. But lots of those conversations have led to sales that would not have happened had I not preemptively contacted them. This is the difference between proactive and reactive marketing. So what can you do, and write it down, what can you do to be more proactive in reaching out to the prospective clients that you want to be working with? As I mentioned at the top of the show, we have our photo marketing business roundtable next week at the Hive Studios, May 22nd at the Hive Studios. Go to hivestudiosaz.com/workshops. Click the workshop tab, get signed up. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. As always, we appreciate your reviews on the Apple Podcast app, for sharing this podcast with a friend. We'll talk to you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone.